I mean, who cares? Just use my toothbrush. And she was like,
I think we're...
No, I'm good. I'll go to CVS.
You had to, I drink things rather not brush.
No, I'm good.
But you had kissed him at that point, right?
Sure.
Is that what everyone says? You'll kiss him, you'll share a sandwich. Or will you even like share a sandwich?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Kiss him or share a sandwich?
Well, I don't know how
it's
far
like
her
doling out
Did you
pretzels.
have some other content, some pictures while I'm trying to like desperately try to get this live?
I'm enjoying
Or
delving
going around
into
like a
Jenna's germ
lunatic.
issues.
Gosh.
Don't worry about getting live. Just we have the
I'm
audio.
already full on sweating.
I know. Don't worry about the live. We have the audio.
Oh.
What you mean to grab other content? I feel like we should assign Georgia Beth pictures. Why not draw the room?
By the way, Georgia Beth just gave me a side eye.
She's like, girl, I'm trying to dress.
She learned it from her mama. Okay, yeah.
I taught myself.
I taught myself my side eye. All right, don't worry about it.
Yeah, I think we just roll with it, and if it goes live, it goes live. And
Halfway
we're
through?
just happy with it, yeah.
Perfect. See, then you don't have to worry about the Facebook Live. See, Jenna's thrilled with that anyway.
Happy.
Jenna, check it out. Ready?
Yep.
But I'm super depressed at that. I guarantee you it's on, but it's just lagging a little bit.
Okay.
Okay.
Probably not.
I was about to start. I had a good intro ready.
In 3, 2.
Hey guys, and welcome to episode 11 of Date Night with Jake and Paige. We got Bob and Jena Peters in the building. What's up, you guys?
What's up?
But it's Burgin-Peters, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I say it right?
already blew it.
I know. Well, I spelled it wrong already.
Burgin-Peters.
Are you
With a silent
hyphenated?
Y.
Hyphenated.
Okay. See? See how I say it right?
Hey guys, welcome to episode 11 of Date Night with Jake. Jena Burgin-Peters. Got it.
Perfect.
All in one. Hi guys.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank so much for having us on the show. We really appreciate it.
You got it. And by the way,
Amazing.
you know who else is in the building?
Georgia Beth in the house. Can we do a little
Beth.
shout?
Yeah.
She's holding her fist up and nodding. Can you shout hello from across the room?
Hello!
Oh,
my
that
gosh.
kid is the cutest.
So great. Yes, excited to have Georgia Beth 7, right?
Yep, in second grade.
Second grade.
And second grade. That's right.
7 and second grade. All right, so you guys in Charlotte may be familiar with the name Bob Peters, head mixologist, creative director. Give me the real title, because I said head mixologist earlier.
What is it, babe? It's the creative director of the bar program or something like that?
Yes.
Yeah, right. She's my boss and my agent.
And
Yeah.
PR.
Yeah, PR.
Get it right, Bob.
I'm trying.
That is a fancy title. And so Jena, so give us your title. Entrepreneur, owner, founder. You're nodding. All the nods.
Yeah, director, choreographer.
Ooh.
Owner.
JBP Entertainment.
JBP Entertainment, which is a DJ company.
You said right, JBP? Jake's just going to mess up everything that you said tonight.
Oh, because of Burgin-Peters?
Right.
Oh, because of the first one?
Right.
JBP Entertainment, which is?
It's a dance studio and a production office, and we operate out of Spirit Square.
Wow.
Love it. So this came about last weekend?
Yep.
Super recently, right? Jake and I were at the Ritz in Uptown, grabbed a little drink afterwards, talked about
the punch room.
at the punch
Up
room,
on the 15th
exactly.
floor of the Ritz-Carlton.
When in Rome.
Carolina.
God, he's so good, isn't he?
Right?
Both of you guys
Slipping that in
I
so
know, I
subtly.
take lessons.
I know.
I know, it was like a treasure hunt to get to your company. So owner, founder, you're like J.
Yes.
V, not V. V. I'm kidding. I did that on purpose that time. Yeah, so Ritz-Carlton, Uptown. We were there for an event, and come on, I'm not going to waste the tie. I had a tie on.
It was a good looking tie.
Thank
It
you.
was a good looking tie.
A lot of pink.
It was pink.
Yeah, but man, come on, punch room.
Well, you guys were there for a really cool event, though, too.
Yes.
Tell Jenna what event y'all were there for.
Yeah, so it was...
The Pink Foods Ball, 2 Saturdays ago. That's part of Carolina Breast Friends,
Yeah.
the Pink House, all the above. Really cool event. When Paige admitted to everyone live, I don't think you realize it, that she doesn't know how to pronounce NBA teams correctly.
For the love. For the love.
Oh, so funny. Yeah, there was a Charlotte Hornet there, and we were giving out... Did my hair just poof?
No, you're good, you're good.
And she said, and you win tickets to the game where the Charlotte Hornets play the Portland, Oregon Trailblazers. And everybody kind of paused like,
Do you
that
think that
seems like
sounds
too
weird?
much information.
Well, you're asking the wrong person.
Okay, so thank you. And I actually, sort of at least follow sports. Like,
Yeah.
but I
You
just
were
read it.
horrified.
I read it on the card. You would usually just say just not the full Portland, Oregon Trailblazers. He said it would be like saying the North Carolina or the Charlotte, North Carolina Hornets, which sounds weird.
It does.
Anywho.
Yeah, if that was your Ron Burgundy moment, then I think you're good.
Yeah, I think we're
If that's-
fine.
If that's,
Yeah, that's not
okay.
too bad.
So we start chatting over the bar, and we talked about doing this, and it happened sooner than we thought that it
I know.
might. And
It
you got
worked well.
dragged in. I hope that you're okay with
I'm
being
so
here.
excited.
Okay, good. Yeah, because this is like your usual one night. You were saying that you guys actually get to hang together, right?
Mondays.
Monday.
Yeah, Sundays and Mondays typically are kind of our family thing. Like Sunday, we try not to do anything at all. Like as little as possible.
Yeah.
Pizza from like our favorite pizza place down the street.
Which is?
Portofino's over on the Eastway in Central. We live over in Plaza Midwood, so that.
Cross
Have you guys
So
eaten there
hot right
before?
now.
No, I feel. Is there Portofino's down by us? Is it a chain by chance?
I think there's
Would
2
you be
or 3
one?
of them.
In the Arboretum?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that place is good. They have the
Yeah.
best bread, like the pre-meal bread
Yeah.
too, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah, I do know Portofino's. That place is
House
good.
dressing.
Yes.
So
Bread,
good.
Oh.
house dressing.
They have their
bread.
gravy. Did you call it gravy or red sauce? I remember it being amazing.
Well, I call it gravy.
Because
but
are you from the Northeast?
I'm not, but I lived in Atlantic City for a long time.
And
so,
you learned.
And New York. So.
And you learned,
Yeah.
exactly.
Embrace it.
So
Yeah.
tell us how this came to be.
Pointing to the two of them.
Yes,
Right.
I'm circling you as a couple.
This podcast,
So,
this
do
exactly.
you want to start?
No, go ahead.
Oh, well, she always finds it
This is a-
amusing when
and
I
this
tell
is a
this
quiz.
story. Yeah.
No, he's much better.
Years, 100 years ago.
You look great.
Well, thank you. We've been married forever.
Just yesterday. though.
I love you. We both were in a wedding, and it was one of my dear friends. I was a groomsman, and she was a bridesmaid. One of her best friends, she was the maid of honor, and we sort of had briefly met before, and yeah, here we go. See the eye rolls?
You got an eye roll
The eye
already.
rolls, yeah, no, because she knows where I'm going with this. She told the bride, one of our good friends, yeah, see right here, that she had a little crush on me. She did.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Little crush.
little crush,
Should we
just
just
a little
spade
thing.
a spade?
Yeah. So, but she was seeing somebody, and I was seeing.
Yeah, but you
No,
did
you're
let it.
closer
You
than
teed him up.
Yeah.
So we'll let you counter.
That's fine.
She's getting ready. Yeah.
Cut my head off here.
Right.
So at any rate, we ended up hitting it off. Basically, long story short, and then a year passed before we were both single, and
Because you were with somebody at the time.
yeah, and so was I.
Oh.
Yeah, and we were sitting.
Go ahead.
I saw the lead. I saw the lead.
Go ahead. She's
No, it's okay.
You can't lean into the mic and then just back off slowly.
He had a date.
There.
Yeah.
Don't forget to stay close to the mic. I'm gonna stay
Yeah.
on it. There you go. Right.
You can pull it to
You're putting out the
yourself.
vibe over there. It's like,
I know.
yeah, so he had a date. Get in there. Come on, JBP.
yeah. So we joke about this all the time. Yeah.
Sounds like a hilarious joke the two of you guys share.
She always says that I was.
Jenna seems
She
to love
always
the joke.
like every time she tells us, she's like, "Yeah, he was dating a stripper."
Uh-oh.
Was she? Was she? She was a dancer. She was an exotic dancer.
Listen, she was really pretty.
Okay, I'm sure she was.
It's not true. It's not true. She
Touche.
was not a stripper.
Okay, so
Oh.
can we, so legitimately, you guys
Year
are,
goes by.
yeah?
Okay.
He keeps in touch. I'm traveling all the time. At that particular time, I was working for a division of Paramount Pictures.
Are you here? Are you both here this time?
Yes,
In Charlotte? Okay.
but I was living here maybe 60 days out of the year. I was
Oh,
gone all the
wow.
time. And so he would see all my girls, and he was like, "How's she doing? You know,
Yeah, how's my girl?
how's that kind
Wait,
of?"
what are your girls? Like your friends, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the ringleader, the bride, she's going, "I don't think it's going to be much longer. I really don't."
With your guy.
Yeah, she's like, things are not good. I don't think.
She was like setting the stage.
Yeah,
for-
she's a matchmaker for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
And that's it, really. I mean, came home, was single, asked me out.
Swept her off her feet.
He did. He was a great date.
How many years ago?
13,
13,
14?
14.
Somewhere around
Wow.
there. Yeah. No.
Are you both from here originally?
I'm from Charlotte, born and raised.
Unicorn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Where'd you grow up?
In Dilworth,
What high school?
Myers Park.
Okay, and we're done.
Super fancy.
Myers Park beat the hell out of us in soccer like 3 years in a row. Somehow it was like, oh, let's take Pinecrest little Pinecrest in the Pinehurst, Southern Pines area, send down to big old city Charlotte, and we just got whooped.
Big city Charlotte, that's funny.
We
Yeah.
rode
You know who's from Southern Pines? Do you even know where Southern Pines is?
Yeah, Pinehurst, yeah.
Golf courses.
Yep.
Jake always says Pinehurst instead, but
Just because
it's
most
a little.
people
But
know
he's
Pinehurst.
from North Carolina. He
Yeah.
knows both.
Southern Pines.
Yeah.
So Jenna's from Clover, which is pretty much Charlotte.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's right there, like Lake Wiley area.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. She's got the perfect southern lady. Look at her. She's great.
Right on the heels of you saying that you lived in Atlantic City, so I'm intrigued. What's going on in Atlantic City? AC.
I made my living as a dancer and a singer, and I
Oh.
worked for Merv Griffin for about 10 years.
Wow.
Doing that?
Let's back all the way
I
out.
told you.
Yeah.
I told you she was amazing, right?
Yeah.
She's got this is crazy. Go ahead.
So I'm from Clover, South Carolina. My parents moved us out to the lake. We always had a place at the lake, but we moved out to the lake when I was in high school. And I had a dance teacher that saw potential and just kept pushing and introducing me to the right people. And so when the time came, I went to Winthrop for a year, and my dance teacher was out in LA working, and came home to see me, and she said, it's time. She really needs to go. And so she made a phone call and got me an audition.
You're how old?
Now?
No, that's part of the story.
Yeah, that was
Did you see me just like
Now?
as I was like taking
At this
I'm
moment.
taking the headphones off and I'm slowly walking out the door.
24.
26.
Right.
26. Got it.
No. At that time I was probably 21 or 2.
Okay.
And so I auditioned and I got it. And so I moved to Atlantic City and worked for him there, and then worked my way up through the company and started doing a lot of his television stuff. And yeah.
What's television stuff?
Well,
What's that?
then-
Well, at the time, what?
Well, then where'd you go after that though? Because this is where it
then,
gets super
okay,
cool.
so then he took me to the Bahamas. So I was the lead in his show at the Bahamas.
Like a stage show live?
Yeah, so
Cool.
at the time, Merv he was the creator of Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune.
I was going to say, that's how people know the name, right? You
That's
hear
how
a
they
Merv
know.
Griffin production.
Right.
Yeah.
But he
Middle
also,
of the road career.
Right.
But he also was a huge entertainment mogul.
Wow.
And had his hands in everything. And he
Yeah.
produced so much, and so many people were involved
Yeah.
with him that are super successful, wildly successful.
Mm-hmm.
And so he had these stage shows that were in the casinos, and then he would also do his television specials for New Year's Eve and for 4th of July and that kind of thing, and he would bring in really the royalty of Hollywood. And so I was really lucky I got to work with a bunch of people that, I wouldn't have.
Like name a couple, because this to me is like one of the most fascinating parts. Like who some of the big names that you
Well, I was
worked
really
with?
lucky because he was so connected. I danced with Cheetah Rivera, a huge Broadway star, Tommy Tune,
Yeah.
Suzanne Summers.
Oh.
Sure.
It's crazy, right?
Dang.
Yes, how
Yeah.
fun.
All right, so
A lot of fun.
you have this career going on, and then so remind me, when did Bob come into the picture?
So I had stopped dancing. I started to transition onto the other side of things and producing and directing for a division of Paramount Pictures, which was located here at the time.
Oh, that's nice.
And so it was an opportunity for me to move back to be close to my family because I'd been gone for years,
Mhm.
missing Christmas and all that, And so I moved back, and I had an apartment here, even though I wasn't here very often.
But you skipped the cruise ships though.
Well, we produced entertainment on ships, so I would take the new builds out of the yard in France.
So what?
The new cruise ships,
Wow.
like
Oh
the
my
brand new
gosh,
ones.
you've had the most exciting life I've ever
Meanwhile,
heard.
meanwhile,
I told you.
I'm
I know,
so
I've been
lucky.
bartending.
No, I'm so lucky, and I mean to be from such a small town.
Yeah.
And at the time, I'm going to show my age here, but there was no YouTube, and there weren't the opportunities that there are for kids today.
The access, right?
There was no access.
Right.
Luckily, my dance teacher was really connected and believed in me and provided the way. And so now, fast forward, this is what I do now.
Yeah.
For
Providing
students.
ways.
I do.
The provider of
love that.
ways. That's awesome. So how long
They
has
call me
the
the dream maker.
The
Just
great one.
no pressure nickname? The
Yeah,
dream maker. When
seriously.
you walk in, so just so
No,
I'm
yeah.
clear, you're gonna make my dreams come true. Got it. I'm in.
Do you
Okay.
have students who have gone on to do stuff that?
Yeah, so super proud moment. Eva Noblezada, who was just up for the Tony for Miss Saigon,
Oh, I've heard goosebumps
was at
for
my
that.
studio her whole high school years. I have a student
And
who,
she was going up against Bette Midler.
yeah, she's
For
so
the
darling.
Tony?
She's so darling.
For Hello Dolly?
And so, so Eva, and then we have Abby Corrigan, who's on tour with Fun Home. She was my student from the time she was really little, like George's age. She's from Charlotte. Chandler Head, she plays the youngest Jeanette Walls in The Glass Castle.
Have you read that or seen it?
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
And so
both?
I haven't read it.
I haven't seen it. So together we like have the complete experience. Amazing story.
It's a really amazing story.
Yeah.
And super proud of Chandler. She's one of George's friends, and she takes it to the studio. And
Is she that age? Like that age?
Yes.
Jeanette Walls? Oh,
See what
wow.
I'm saying? I told you guys. So when we were at the bar, I was bragging on you, and I was like, well, I don't want to get too much on it.
More important to me right now is we have students that are in super small musical theater programs at colleges that are on close to full rides, if not full rides, because of what we do.
Extracurricular.
Huge.
Yeah.
And helping them, find their way.
And using that to get into, go ahead.
And where is the studio?
We're located in Spirit Square.
Spirit Square. Sorry. Where's Spirit Square?
On 7th and College.
7th
So right down the street from the Ritz. Yeah.
Oh, that's convenient.
Okay, got it.
Perfect.
It houses the McGlowan Theater.
Yes, which is where we did
Dancing with the
Dancing with
Stars.
Okay, so that brings me back. So Felipe and Jarinka
Yes.
are our ballroom coaches.
Oh, no
So
way!
we
Wow,
have
cool.
an affiliation.
Felipe was
with
at this
them.
thing at the Pink Boots Ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
great people.
they come and teach my company students ballroom, and I teach their students technique.
How cool.
So we joined forces.
Did
and,
they talk about the 6-foot blonde with cornrows that tried to dance hip hop style to win a charity event?
Love it.
Because you're looking at her, baby.
I can see that.
I just
Love
always
it.
all this ballroom and all this classical dance, and then here goes Paige throwing a hoodie. Boom, let's go.
It was a charity event that I was involved with for that. It was so much fun though. But Jake and I are fascinated by the dance world because we both love to dance, but like have never taken a dance. We just love to dance. But when we were living in Raleigh, we got tickets. I don't even know why we got tickets, but we got tickets to see the live show. So You Think You Can Dance.
Fun.
Having never seen the show, and we were like, if you're not familiar with my only experience with dance was like, I don't know, seeing maybe cheer competitions by cousins, and we were like, this is a production. Like it is
huge,
beautiful, and like amazingly talented, and it's a cool thing to kind of be exposed to if you've never seen anything. Yeah, I had no idea it could be like that. Very cool. Do you dance?
Yes.
Yeah.
You do?
He's a great dancer.
What's your favorite?
All the time. I just shake. Look at Georgia Beth. Look at Georgia Beth.
No, she said no. What she doing? She's doing the no.
Yeah, she doesn't like it when I dance. But
why? Don't hate on that.
Because you're a dad.
Don't hate on
She's
that.
a good dancer.
You are blowing up, man.
We used to have.
You got fitness?
No, it's good.
I love it.
Missing around.
Yes, we had that. We had guests. Their phones were going crazy the whole
They
show.
kept ignoring.
The show ends and they're like,
check.
"Oh, we forgot to pick up so and so."
Like one of their kids.
They're like, oh, we left candidate practice. I was like, oh god. We told you to check your phone.
So funny. All right, so what's your favorite? What do you look? You look like a Charleston guy.
No, I can fake whatever a little bit.
Like
but,
actual partner dancing?
I mean, I can do that a little.
We used to
bit.
have late night dance party.
That's right.
We
Pants off, dance off.
We would come. Well, I don't know about that, but we would.
No,
come back
I know
to
all about that.
7 years later.
He would move the out of the living room, and we'd put on music, and we'd have late night dance.
Is that the best
What do we
ever?
call it? Dance Party USA.
Dance Party USA.
That's what it's called.
Was that after a night of you mixing up cocktails for everyone?
Yeah, we would come home. We'd come back to the house, and we'd be just about crooked, and then light candles and turn off all the lights and push the coffee table out of the way.
It's very romantic.
And you just
I love it.
Do you want Miley or do you want Kesha? I've got Kesha ready.
It was. I'm trying to think what
I
we
don't
listened
know.
to a lot of.
I don't
back
remember.
then.
I feel like you do remember because that was such a quick response that maybe you don't want to remember. What?
No. I
Was it
mean,
like-
I
No, I
No,
truly
say it.
don't remember.
I don't remember.
Lots of strong cocktails.
So yeah, I don't know. Like we
don't
at that point we had a bunch. Like I was working in a couple of clubs, and a couple of our close friends were DJs, like really amazing Charlotte DJs, and so we always had cool stuff to put on, and you know, for anything we shake it up. And
so two people from this area, I gotta think that you guys just know everybody, or like you've seen everything. I mean, being in there the other night,
it's pretty
like
funny.
everybody would come, people that would come by the bar. You knew some. Well, first of all, you were like steel trap memory with us, That's a whole other conversation.
That was a good one.
You're a pro. I mean, you're a pro. I mean, it's kind of part of the game. Like, you're a pro.
Is there? Well, so wait, let's get there. But
wait,
we
first
have
you
to
knew
hear your
everybody.
backstory a little bit too. Yeah. So for how you got to be where you are and how you kind of got into that too.
Well, when I moved back to town from college, I went to college briefly at UNCW, and then when I moved back home, I was working at a restaurant on East Boulevard, the Porcupine Cafe, which was a long time ago. If you guys were around back then, it was kind of cutting edge for Charlotte back then.
Oh, cool.
We only had wines that were from like California. They didn't have French wines, and that was like a big deal. And it ruffled a bunch of feathers. Because at that point, how people were like, how can you have a wine list without French wine?
Without French wine?
So that was neat
really
to
good, though. I liked
see.
it there.
Oh, it was great. It was a really great restaurant. But at any rate,
Is it still there?
It's now the JJ's Red Hots, the hot dog place.
Yeah, they've
We
been on
had
the show
we had
too.
them on. Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Awesome.
Full circle.
Yeah. Hello, then.
Hello, this.
So at any rate, I was sitting in my favorite dive bar, which my oldest brother took me to, and I overheard the owner talking to one of the employees, and he was like, look, so-and-so's quitting on Wednesday. It's going to be their last day. Like, who are you? And it was a total dump. It was like the best ever.
Yeah.
Best place ever. It was so amazing, but it was super dirty, and total dive bar. Didn't have windows.
Jenna, plug
Okay,
your
didn't
ears.
have windows.
Oh, dear.
Wow.
Yeah, it was amazing. So
Okay.
the guy was like, well, who in the world are we going to get to work? Like, nobody's ever going to want to work here. This place is, like, what? Nobody's going to want to work here. And I was like, I'll do it, I hate to be too choppy. Anyway, so long story short, I started working at this dive bar and basically just started little by little, over the course of 20 years now, I have just tried to work a little bit better place each time.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you do it for long enough, eventually, you get to the 15th floor. of
That's
Ritz-Carlton.
right. That's true. But were you always like the experimental, fun, funky,
the
like I'm gonna
passion.
try, learn about it, and exactly.
I mean, a little bit. Like, it's fun. You know what I mean? I'm one of those lucky people, and we say this all the time. Jen and I say that we are the lucky people because we actually like what we do for a living. She's got an amazing dance studio, and I actually love bartending. And so. And I've always loved bartending. To me, it's more like hosting a party than it is.
I love that.
So
That's a great way of putting it.
It's really fun. So, and I have always been interested in experimenting and doing that stuff and new recipes and fun stuff, and then making people happy is basically what that's about. Because if you find something that you experiment with and it's new and cool and interesting, then people are like, oh wow, that's awesome, thank you so much. So that's kind of
like you introduced Jake to bourbon the other night, and now he's
let's talk about this.
I do want to talk about this. Hold on, we will talk about that. We can nerd out, but like in all seriousness, so I feel like there's like a couple layers when you go into the punch room. There's we're on a date night. We don't often get a sitter or whatever, and we're out, and oh my gosh, we're at this place that everybody talks about. Okay. Then there's the next level, which is go sit at the bar. And like, I don't know, like if people are intimidated by it normally, maybe they're not. We aren't. But like, I don't want to go if we're not at the bar. Like, I'm like, I want to go, and I say this to you all the time, like I'm a big like experienced guy, and like, I look at it as, well, maybe I shouldn't quite say it like this, but like, why would we go if we don't sit? I want to get the full ride. I want to go, have the experience, but also have the experience with you too.
Right. Well,
okay.
So the two parts of that, those
Right.
two levels, right? There's if you're out with like your honey and your baby and your sweetie, your wife, or your husband, or your significant other, whatever, and you're having like an intimate, like personal, romantic evening, then
I want you part of it. Oh, we're saying no. I was like, I want you part of it. Is what I'm saying.
He was going
then
in a
you can
different
sit.
direction.
Then you can sit at a table, like away from the bar. But if you guys
Or
are
like a
looking
big
to
group
have
of
fun,
friends.
a big group of people, then I'm just going to get in the way. So then that's why you sit at
Not
the
getting the
bar.
way I meant more. It might be like you don't want that at the bar because it's more like. I don't know. It seems like is there like a system to it? Because when we first sat down, this was only our second time there, right? The first time, and then so we came this 2 weeks ago it was, and like we sat down, we both kind of looked at each other, and we were like, and I was like, I kind of want to sit at the bar and see if like, like it's just so much. It was so cool last year. It was so fun. You're interesting to talk to, and it's cool to see how you do all this stuff. And anyway, so we asked our server, and she goes, "Let me check." And there was no one sitting at the bar, by the way. So we're like, and then we came, and she like whispered to you, and then she's like, "Bob, we'll see you now." And it was like,
So great.
right? So is there a like? Does she give you time to go like? I approve them. They may approve them.
No. It's not like that at all. But sometimes there is like if on a busy night, there's a queue. And sometimes people like yourselves say at the host or the hostess stand, they'll say, "I just want to sit at the bar." So when there's bar seats open, then you call me. Like I'll wait longer. You know what I mean?
It's like sitting outside at a restaurant or sitting inside, like you just tell what's smoking, non-smoking.
Right. But the cool thing is, the punch room, if you're on a wait, you get to wait down in the lobby lounge.
Unbelievable.
The
I know, that's
so
nice, yeah.
It's really not so bad.
See, the lobby is unbelievable.
Yeah.
That's what we said the other night. Yeah, so I don't know, man. It's the 2 times we've gone, we've had the bar treatment with you. It's fun. It's like a cool place, but also a cool experience.
Yeah.
I'm just curious. I mean, is that what? Do you feel like? I mean, you're aware. You could see people. Do people kind of like line up, like kind of like?
Yeah, no, people love sitting at the bar. I mean, I tell everybody they're the best seats in the house, because
For sure.
because you guys could say like, I love this drink and this drink, but I'm just not a really big bourbon fan.
Here we go, bourbon. Yeah.
And so then all of a sudden I'm like, okay, my mission is to now
Right.
drink bourbon for the rest of his life.
Oh, it was so good. It was what was it? It's Saranac?
A Sazerac.
Sazerac.
Yeah.
Saranac is a bad beer.
Do you like that, or are you?
She's heard me talk about it all the time. Like that's one of
good.
like my favorite
Gateway.
all team. Yeah, it's a gateway drug. It's
Yeah.
I mean,
It is.
really
No, that's
it's
not
a gateway to bourbon.
because it's like oh,
It
this
was really
bourbon's
good.
good, and now the lemon or the lemon rind is hitting my nose. I'm like,
It's the
I can't say
aha
that.
moment, right? It's the aha moment.
Do you have
So-
a favorite drink that he makes? For you, like do a special?
unpack that a little bit. What does it look like at home? Please tell me you're like the mechanic who's got like the worst car in the neighborhood.
You're like, oh, nothing but Miller
You
Lite
come
at
home
home.
and it's like, what do you want? You want house? You want Absolute and Coke? No, seriously. What does it look like at home?
Okay, so this is the part that people don't believe. Very rarely does Bob have anything to drink at home.
I knew it. I'm telling
Does
you.
he
Now,
make
we
you
have
drinks?
we have a ton of stuff because people send it in
Oh.
hopes that he will use it.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Like people who
Oh,
want,
I mean,
yeah.
it's,
Or it
it's-
makes an article.
I need a
or
bigger
make-
house because we have it's
It's
crazy.
It's
I
getting
bet.
it's getting big.
It's
like
crazy.
like cases and cases and cases and cases.
Yeah,
and
it's
cases.
crazy.
No
And we
way.
live in a tiny little bungalow. Like, yeah, it's tiny, So
I feel really sorry for you.
So
It's hard.
we're happy to swing by on the way to
Yeah.
Valentine.
You guys who had to do would have a ball there. You'd be like, what's this?
What?
That's what I like. I like when you have enough liquor drinks, and like that taste is not a taste you normally
There's like
have. And you're like,
thing
there's
to it.
some weird stuff. You're like, this is like from Portugal, and they stopped making it in 1847. I've got a bottle of it. Yeah.
Yeah, we have all that.
We've got the whole
It
thing.
just doesn't get it.
He very rarely, he might have a beer here and there. I have 2 drinks every day like it's my job.
Yeah, girl.
Yeah,
Does he
pretty
make
regular,
them? Do you
too.
make them?
No,
You do?
not necessary. I'll just have vodka on ice. Or,
Really? Do you have a
dinner,
go-to?
girl? Well,
Tito? Oh.
Yeah, she loves the Tito's.
Do you
Oh,
tell Tito's?
Yeah.
yeah,
I love
I do.
Tito's too.
Yeah.
Just straight Tito's?
On ice.
With like a nothing?
Sometimes a little
If
fruit.
I'm feeling frisky,
Yeah.
I'll have some lemon, maybe a little soda water. I love Campari.
What's that?
I feel like I should know that.
I do too. I
Campari
feel like
is
I've seen
like
that on the bottle.
a bitter blood orange liqueur from Italy, but it's very bitter.
Okay.
I mean, it's again one of those things where you sort of have to ease into.
Right.
You either love it or you hate it.
Uh-huh.
And if you love bitter, then you're going to love this, and if not, then you have to ease into it.
And I love good tequila too.
Ooh.
Yes, she
Oh,
does.
now we're.
I love
That's
good
my
tequila.
wheelhouse.
You got Paige's
Yeah.
attention.
Yep.
Casamigos. I love
So do you? Oh, that's the Clooney and what's his name, right?
Yep.
Well, this is really funny. So Bob has been out of town for a day or 2, and I'm out of Tito's, and so I think
Bob.
Message received.
no,
Yeah.
I'm not, and he comes home, but I said, oh well, I can have that. I like Casamigos. That's fine. So I crack open the bottle, and I put it on ice, and I think I put like
5 lemons or 5 limes in there.
I know, like an orange or something in there, and maybe a little bit of club soda. And he says, he comes home and he's looking, he goes, what are you drinking? And I said, oh, tequila, because we're out of vodka. How we're out of anything. I mean,
Right.
Why Mrs.
Right.
Should ever have to go to the liquor store.
Amen.
Oh,
But
she
I
dropped the Mrs.
Yeah.
Peters.
I will.
So
She
great.
does it from time to time. It's always funny what she follows next.
Oh,
But,
my
so I
gosh.
said, oh, I'm just having tequila. And he goes, oh, well, what are you having it with? And I said, I think it was like Club Soda or something. He goes, babe, you can have anything you want. Okay?
Mr. Peters doesn't do this.
But listen, that's $100 bottle of tequila you're drinking right there.
I was going to say go for the wrong one.
I did.
Oh, dear.
I don't know. I was like, oh, I mean, it's really good.
It's delicious tonight.
And you know, it doesn't really matter, but I love giving her a hard time.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
So
that was
funny.
the fun part.
Yeah. I like the Fiesta Punch at
Oh.
the Punch
Oh.
Line. It's my favorite.
The pink purple punch with the jalapenos.
Stars.
Jalapenos.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's so good.
Yeah.
We took that to the Cayman Islands
Mm-hmm.
and made it there.
Oh,
Yeah.
fun. So do you go along, because I know you were just saying last time, when you were saying you did a thing for the Ritz right at, what did you guys?
Sign.
Oh, we're signing to, yeah, got it.
Do
All
the
right.
thing. For the trips that you go on with the Ritz or otherwise, do you guys try to kind of like?
It depends on
Yeah,
what it is.
we try.
He does a big event. I say we. He does a big event
It's
for
we can say we.
Anthony Bourdain and Eric.
Oh, that's right. That's what.
And
Yeah.
I get to go to that.
That's
Oh,
So
that's
it's
cool.
awesome. And
Yeah.
so
All three?
We're gonna try to take her this year.
okay.
We'll see.
I mean, she's a pretty good sidekick, you guys.
Oh,
She
she's
is.
great.
She's
so
kind
easy.
of awesome.
Yeah, she's easy. So that we.
She can stay with us next time if you want, because I frankly would love for her to rub off on ours.
Yeah, I know.
So-
It's unbelievable.
So we took that Fiesta Punch down there for that event,
Yeah.
and
That went over well.
mhm.
That was cool.
So I want to ask like questions now of you guys, but I do want to back up just a little bit.
Yeah.
You quickly blew through the I'm just over my career. I just want to go to one place that's slightly better than the next, or more impressive than the next, or whatever. But was there a switch that flipped? Because like you're in
Yeah.
art, so like dancing, art form, music, art.
So art is very important in our house.
Yeah.
Both of us grew up
Creativity.
in creative houses, and so that translates, of course, to what we do now. You know, in how seriously we take our jobs, and you know, a lot of people say, well, they're just a bartender or just a dance teacher or whatever. That's not how we feel at all. You know, we feel like we're the
Who says
luckiest
that?
people in the world, and we're gonna like really let our professionalism and our creativity shine. So there was her aha moment. I would imagine yours came when you were young, because you knew you wanted to dance like.
My
since you
dad
were
says
little.
from the time I was like 5 that I knew.
Uh-huh.
He is a retired musician, so I mean he still plays drums, and so I think. And my mother was also very musical in the house. She played the organ for church, and they had musicians over all the time. And you know, we grew up on the lake, so I mean, it was kind of a party all the time, right? So there's a lot of musicians everywhere, and I think that probably fueled a lot of the fire. My dad's mother was an artist. She painted, and Bob's dad was an architect.
Yeah.
So it kind of runs deep.
Yeah.
So my aha moment came when one of my buddies, Brian Lee, who's a dear friend of mine and Georgia Beth's godfather, asked me to do a cocktail menu for him. He was expanding his restaurant, his Pisces Sushi Bar and Lounge, which is where I was before I was working at the Ritz. And
Okay.
he basically just said, "Hey, I'm expanding the lounge. I need you to."
That's different, just so you know.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Okay.
He said, "Would you make me a cocktail list?" And I was like, "Okay, well, what kind of cocktail list?"
All right, freeze. To that point, were you known as like a creative, normal bartender?
Normal.
Or, you know what I mean? Or were you seen as this like rising star at this point? I'm just curious. Like,
I mean, people
Starting in that
always
direction?
liked my drinks, you know,
Okay.
because I've got a good palate. I think that's pretty fair to
Yeah,
say
sure.
without
as
sounding
you
all-
slam Roaring Riot
He's
from
an
nowhere.
amazing host.
I love it.
You know, I don't know anyone that
Could vouch for that.
doesn't feel
For
some
sure.
sort of connection with
Yes.
him.
Yes.
No, you're right. You're like the host of a party.
Oh.
That is, I love that you said that because that's such a good analogy.
That's a thing.
Rich, poor, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
It's like the
he's-
perfect merging.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
always been able to draw people in.
Yeah.
Very
Totally.
charming.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Do you guys
mean,
need a minute?
You want to get out of here? Yeah, we can.
That's it.
oh, actually, we're in our.
Oh, that was it. That was it. Oh, I love it.
Sorry, we're totally. Okay, so you're at Pisces. They say.
Yep, he said he wanted a cocktail list, and I was
Yeah.
like, "What kind of cocktail list do you want?" You know, and he said, "I want," and this is like 5-6 years ago in Charlotte, North Carolina. And he was like, "I want to be able to charge $15 a drink." And I was like,
Big deal, weren't
It
whoa!
was a big deal.
Yeah.
That was super, I mean, that's still not cheap.
No.
But back
Gosh.
then, that was a ton of money for a
Yeah.
drink. And
I
I was
want a
like,
popsicle in my drink for that.
Uh,
well,
I want a lap dance with my drinks for that.
yeah,
That was for you.
Yeah.
That was for you. Okay.
I got popsicle.
Just kidding.
No,
That's
so,
like me asking for a glass of champagne.
Uh-oh.
yeah, so. And then,
Or like bringing canned sparkling wine in front of Bob Peters.
No. I'm not judgy. But, so, long story short, that's like how I
Bring it.
got
Yeah,
really,
Yeah, so you really got to
in
kind
there
of
and
stretch
just-
yourself.
Yeah, and it kind of got stuck in there. You know, when you're passionate about something before you realize it, then that's kind of all you think about.
Uh-huh.
You know, and you can't really turn it off, and it's like that the whole time.
Oh my gosh. So cool. And then was there a stop in between?
No, then, well, we took Brian and Pisces, their bar program, from being sort of a typical bar program with normal stuff, you know, that you can kind of get anywhere from that point to a nationally recognized program within about a year and a half, 2 years. And so when you do something like that, then sometimes people come knocking on the door, and,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
occasionally when you open it up to see who's on the other side, it's a Ritz-Carlton.
And
How
pretty
long have you
supportive
been there?
partner. I mean, you rave every time we talk about it. It sounds like you're happy there.
Oh yeah, man. They're incredibly great to me. Like, I'm getting ready to leave tomorrow to go to DC to go sit on a beverage panel to decide what the luxury brands for Marriott gets to have what booze and who needs what and all that. And then I'll be there for a couple of days, and then there's some other events. But then December, I'm going to the south of France to go work.
Please
at
tell me you're going.
I can't.
No.
I have an event with Felipe actually.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
so you're rolling alone to the south of France.
Yeah.
It'll still probably be okay.
And then,
What's that for?
and that's for a big luxury travel convention, basically. So, like, I'll be representing like the 8 luxury brands, basically, of the
my
Marriott,
gosh.
and
Wow.
making drinks
So cool.
right on the strip, across the street from, like, you know where the Cannes Film Festival
Yeah.
is.
Yes, I mean
It's across
only
the
by
street
like
from
I was
seeing
gonna say,
it on
no, of course.
TV.
Yeah.
Paige launched the film last year.
Yeah. Have you been there how long?
2.5 years, coming up on 3 years.
Okay.
The end of December, it'll be 3 years officially.
Okay.
So, like, next steps, like future.
Yeah.
Like,
Do you guys ever merge stuff? Like, have you ever done like a? I'm sorry, I made to cut you off. Is that where you?
No, I was gonna say they can't clone you. Are they looking to try to clone punch rooms?
No, not clone. But a large thing right now in the hotel world is not to have cookie cutter stuff. You know, years back,
Oh,
years back, you know, it was like, you know,
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
and
Yep.
then, you know, they wanted consistency, and so
Yeah.
the idea with that was to have the exact same thing in every single location.
Now it's
Now
opposite.
it's changing because now people want that experience that you were talking about earlier. People are a little bit more experience based now, and so they realize that people, when they travel to Philadelphia, then they want to experience Philadelphia. They don't want, you know, you shouldn't have a ham sandwich in Philly. You should have a Philly in Philly.
Right.
Yes.
You know, and
Yeah.
so that's like getting the experience in
That's
the
kind of
city.
like a W thing. I love the W,
That's
but it's
what I
like
was thinking
always
in my head,
bliss,
too.
always whatever the bar is
Uh-huh.
downstairs. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So they would like to duplicate a grand experience for guests in certain things by having, you know, really great craft cocktails and doing amazing food and giving great service. But that's not exactly duplicating or cloning the punch room. It's just doing really fun, really great stuff.
Yeah. So next steps for two. The question Paige just asked was, do you guys ever collaborate? Like, have you ever done maybe like a private event at your studio or vice versa? Or maybe you just like to keep church and state separate?
Wow. We haven't actually done an event together where I do the no, I don't guess so.
Are we
But
planning an idea?
But we work together all the time.
Mm-hmm. How so?
Oh, yeah.
I do a lot of writing for him, and
Cool.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love that.
Wow.
and we collaborate. So we share a desk in our house,
Uh-huh.
and in the morning, you know, he's sitting at the desk and I'm sitting there, and we go we really don't do much without consulting.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, I love you guys. There was such a unique, romantic, dramatic pause right there, by the way. You were like, we do.
There's always something on the
You're
podcast
like-
where people are like, are we saying this here? Is this okay
And,
to?
go, and Bob gave the power nod, like, go with it. I write for him.
Yeah, I mean, well, we're
She's,
just
if
so,
you guys haven't picked up on it by now, I'm sure you have. She is way smarter than I am.
No, we knew that.
Way-
Like,
yeah,
way,
yeah,
yeah.
I mean, it's pretty obvious.
no, we do. I mean, we enjoy each other's work, and we love the life that we live.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're so grateful. We tell people all the time. I have younger people that work for me. I have a really incredible team at the studio that really makes it work.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, don't settle. Don't settle.
Mm.
God, don't settle.
Right.
Like,
What was that?
You mean in terms of I'm giving you're talking
You wish you
about
had
choosing a
settled.
life partner, right?
Yeah.
no, with anything,
In general?
with anything, but with your life partner
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
sure. I mean, we met later in life because we both had our own agendas, doing whatever we were doing, and I'm so grateful
Yeah.
because it's really cool to wake up every day and have that foundation
Yep.
and like the person that you're with.
Yes.
Now, I mean, he still wants to strangle me sometimes, and vice versa, but it's nice to want to work together.
Yes.
So he has great taste in music, and
That's probably how I would say that's probably my contribution to you the most is music, like helping with music.
he
and
helps
find
with
stuff.
he helps me find unique pieces of music, or
Uh-huh.
I'll go over ideas. I have this sense of I see things in. I mean, I worked for some pretty big players,
Right.
and some
Yeah.
pretty big budgets. So it's hard sometimes to make the things happen that I want to happen on the budget that we have, right?
Right.
But I'll say, okay, do you think I can pull this off? And he'll go, God, that's really great, babe. Yeah, you need to go with that.
Mm-hmm.
Or, I'm not really feeling it. Come
Right.
back to me and show me
Yeah.
something else. So we are. a
You
sounding
collaborate
board.
even though you're not. Yeah.
Yeah, we're a sounding board.
So is there any advice that you just gave some in terms of don't settle, but we always like to ask our couples who come on to best advice that you got or have given in terms of for your marriage, for your relationship as parents. We didn't even talk about how Miss Georgia Beth came into the picture here too 7 years ago. Is a full Georgia Beth? You introduced her as Georgia Beth. Say both. Okay.
You see her, Georgia Beth is right there.
No.
So, yeah.
Listen, we don't need like the details, but I just
Yeah.
mean
She was named after my father. I was named after my dad's dad, and so I wanted to return the favor. So my dad, who passed about a year and a half ago, when the chief passed about a year and a half ago, so we named him, named Georgia after George.
Oh,
Can we
I
talk about
love
you can
that.
probably hear in the
I
background.
love
So
that.
Georgia Beth is currently sitting on Bob's lap.
it's
It
the
is
sweetest. I
sweetest thing I've
know.
ever seen. And she just raised the roof from your lap, which is highly recommended in here. No, that's amazing.
and Elizabeth, I have to interrupt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Elizabeth is my middle name,
Oh.
and my grandmother, my dad's mother, as well as my mom's sister,
Yeah.
as well. It's a family name, and my
Mhm.
great grandmother, and so we knew, that's what her name would be.
Yeah.
It reminds me of my late grandmother, who our daughter is named after, June.
Sweet.
I love
They
that.
had
June.
2 names set up: June Georgia, Georgia June.
No. Your mom. Jake always forgets. They thought she was going to be a boy, and she was going to be George Jr. after her father.
Ah.
She came out a girl, so they named her June Georgia.
Well,
instead.
you know what?
I love
The thought
it.
was there.
I
The
love
thought was
Me
there.
neither. And now our daughter is June.
I love
Yeah, but we're with you. Our boys are all family names too. Like
Yeah.
it's great to feel like you're kind of all tying in that, giving them that like
Totally.
piece of history, right? To tie in with everybody.
Yeah.
So
Like a
love
little,
that.
little lineage, a little,
Yeah.
a little something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
So do you guys have any things that stick out to you? Jake and I always say one of the things that we had at one of our wedding showers before we got married, and we had several pieces of great advice, but one friend, my friend Francesca said, create your own normal.
Yeah.
And that literally has stuck with us, right? Because it's like, she was like, don't worry what other people
So
are doing.
that would be mine.
That's yours too?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we make our own rules.
Yeah.
because, I mean, scheduled, you guys have the
You have
pretty
weirdo
much the
schedules
same
too.
thing as us. Different times of day, but it's a nightmare. Yeah.
Well, I always say we make our own rules and we live by them.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And what is normal to you may not be normal to us, and
Right.
vice versa.
But it works.
But it
Yeah,
works, and we're
exactly.
okay with it.
Mhm.
We really accept who we are and stand in gratitude every day for
Mhm.
our life. We love it.
I would love to hear, so you get the family unit here. So what does a typical, like, Saturday look like for you guys? maybe during the day, and then I would.
Let's do like a Monday.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
What does a typical
Saturday
Monday
sounds
look like for you guys? And then also, like, if you, the two of you, assuming that all of your date nights include me and Paige, and you want to get
I know, right? Like
Yeah,
a real
it's
one.
super fun.
as far away, would love to, as far away from like the punch room or the studios you want. Like, do you have a favorite place you love to go eat dinner? Doesn't have to be in Charlotte. If you guys like to travel,
Yeah,
and go
what's a date
somewhere.
night like for you guys?
Well, typically, I know a ton of chefs around
Sure.
Charlotte. You know, a
Yeah.
ton, and a bunch of them have become really good friends of ours. And so it depends on sort of who we haven't seen in a while, or
That's
like
cool.
whatever. And then we'll go over. You know, somebody will say, "Look, it's been too long.
Yeah.
You know, you need to come see me." You know, and so we'll go over to whoever's restaurant and go and sort of eat. And one of our favorite things to do is just tell the chef, like,
Have at it.
go,
Yeah.
because
Because you get that done to you a lot.
yeah.
Like, I love vodka. And you're like, is this dude serious? All right, okay. Whatever you want, buddy. Whatever you want. But that's what you do. So you'll go in and be like, man, I would love this. I'm in the mood for this. That's cool. Yeah.
I mean, it's so nice to be able, like, we make so many decisions every day, you know,
Yeah.
just in your normal life, like
Yeah.
I
a
love it.
bazillion
Yeah.
decisions, and so it's nice to sort of cut that off, at least through dinner,
Yep.
and let somebody else drive for a
Yes.
little while, you know, and
Yes.
just whatever, just bring me whatever, it's okay, like, we don't have
You
any
know, I
major
sometimes
allergies
do
or
that.
anything.
I sometimes do that even at restaurants. With
In general.
if I get the right vibe from the server, like if I feel like they are invested and they like what they do and they care, right? 'Cause sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
Right.
I wait tables a bunch.
Yep.
You know,
Ditto.
and I will, if I get the right vibe, then I will say, you know, I can't really make decisions tonight. I'm not super hungry, but I'd like to have a couple things. So will you just surprise me?
Yes.
And they look at me like they're in heaven because they get to do what they're good at.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
You
That's
know?
interesting.
I love that.
Yeah.
He always gets on me. He calls me Meg Ryan whenever we go to a restaurant because
Well, there is nuance difference.
no, there is no, but I'm not high maintenance in terms of I never like yell at people or get like high maintenance like and then I only want this here. But I'll go through the menu. I'm like I'm thinking of this. I kind of like these things. Is there some because I've waited
Right.
tables all through college and at different points. You know what the good stuff is on the menu. Like so you ask the server like is there something here that I just shouldn't miss or like this
Yeah.
sounds good but is it really?
Well,
And they'll tell
that's
you.
what the chef likes to make too.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I want happiness
Yes.
in the whole meal. I want the chef to be happy when he's making my food or she's making my food.
Cool. Yeah.
I want it, you know.
Mhm.
That's what I
No,
want.
I
It's,
totally agree.
we talk about this a lot, and it sounds so corny, but it's because things are made with love.
Yes.
You know,
and you're like you can
and
that
you
comes
can
through.
You can feel
taste
it.
it, and
Yeah.
it's the reason why. And if you think about this, like when you were little and you like your mom fixed your favorite dish, like spaghetti. Mine was always spaghetti, and then like my sister made it. I love Mara. I love you. But if she made it, you know, when I was little, she's older than I am, and she'd make it. I'd be like, this doesn't taste like
Doesn't
mom's
taste the
spaghetti.
same. Huh.
And she'd be like, well, it's exactly mom's spaghetti. You better eat it. And I'll be like, oh, I'm
Oh,
gonna eat it.
okay.
But it's, you know, your mother and, you know, somebody, that, like, it's just taste different.
Totally.
Your mom and the chefs and all these people, like, you can taste literally the love
Yes.
that
Which,
people put
I'm gonna say
into
this,
preparing
but
things.
because I think Martha's a really important factor here.
That's my mother.
Bob's mom is the epitome of hostess
Mm-hmm.
and gourmet chef.
Really?
I'm not kidding.
Wow,
I
so,
mean,
well,
she
there
and
you
I-
go.
She and I used to cook through Bon Appetit together. She'd say, "Oh, Jenna, let's, you know, I'd go up for Christmas or whatever, and we'd get the
Right.
Bon Appetit out." Or in the summer, she's delightful, and she has an amazing palate. She is adventurous in her spirit, and she can make you feel like $1 million when you walk in the room. And
Ah.
so Bob has that same gift.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you
for
know,
sure.
And so it translates to
Totally.
his guests. So
That was
she's
about
a
as
big part.
sweet as can be.
I know,
Yeah.
that's neat. What a wonderful thing to have that relationship with your mother-in-law,
She's
and for
pretty-
you
she's,
to have.
she's super cool.
Yeah,
I love my
his
mom.
mom's like that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think
Susan.
your mom.
Oh, you love my mom? I love your
like
mom.
that too.
Mothers-in-law.
Hey. Wait, we're close on time here because they're coming in after us, and we need to get to this
Yeah.
real quick. Do you have a final?
I do want a final question. Like, what's next for you guys?
Yeah.
I mean, we talked a little bit, Bob, with you about you're kind of scratching the media itch. You like, you
well,
like that. Yeah.
So let me tee this up for her. We're doing a lot right now for like this is the beginning of the new dance season, and we're trying to encourage people to enroll right now. So
does the dance season follow like the school year? Kind of. Okay.
So we just got started, and if anybody's looking for an amazing dance studio, like she's doing incredible work. And so, what's the website, babe, that people can?
JBPentertainment.org.
Yeah.
B like boy.
Yep.
P like Paul.
Entertainment.org.
Yeah. .org. And is it everything from ballroom to tap, jazz, etc.? Everything. It's on the website, I assume, right?
And we'll put that in the show notes.
Yeah, I mean, she just got a hip hop teacher that used to dance with Michael Jackson.
Are
you kidding me?
Yeah, all of my.
Do you take adults? Are you currently accepting adults?
My faculty all have professional credits, and because I still work in the industry,
yeah,
it's cool.
Right, totally.
That's awesome.
So that's definitely a big focus right now at Casa de Peters, and then also we got some traveling coming up, and I just completed a little mini project with Order Fire, which is a documentary series that's been filmed here in Charlotte. It's a chef series.
Oh, that you're hosting, right? Was that what you said?
Yeah. So the Order Fire is about the chefs, and they're doing we just finished a spin-off series.
Right.
And I interviewed 4 bartenders from around town, 4 mixologists.
Right.
And so we interviewed Stefan Hubner. We interviewed Colleen Hughes.
See where they're from too?
Brian. Stefan is ... Colleen is at Haberdish. Brian LaRusso at Dogwood Southern Table, and then Kel Minton at Soul. And they're all good friends of mine. And so, and we sort of doing kind of almost like what we're doing here.
Yeah.
It's just kind of a get to know you thing. Because a lot of times you don't know those people that are serving you all the time. So that's been a lot of fun, and we're just trying to stay busy.
Well, now you do.
Girl.
Yeah, I was going to say, who's just seems to be a
awesome.
real pain.
I know.
I'm really just, I'm kidding.
Do you know how to
shiny
catchphrase, Georgia Beth?
Can you help us with catchphrase?
I bet she's going to be
Tell them about our tradition page.
Okay, so the tradition to the podcast is that we end by playing a game called Catchphrase. Have you guys played this ever?
No.
Okay. So it's kind of like Taboo or something sort of. It's real easy. You just give clues. It's like $100 pyramid or $1,000 pyramid or whatever that game show is too. How we do this?
There's $1 million in the line.
Pick a category, yeah?
Georgia Beth, go help your mom.
It's just pride. It's guys versus girls. Yeah, so Georgia Beth, come on. Yeah, you're with your mom.
You can help, yes. So basically the only rule is don't say the word that comes up on the screen.
That's it.
Hit the big button to pass it.
Okay.
Guys versus girls.
Wait, say that again.
So whatever, don't hit the, so.
Oh God, I'm getting anxiety.
No, don't get anxiety.
It's happening.
Don't get anxiety. The girls are in the lead currently, just so you know, in terms of
Did you
the
say
11.
do get anxiety?
She's so
All right.
competitive.
I know.
And I tell this every time. You know why there's a hole in the back of this? Paige lost and spiked it.
I don't.
Yeah. Not here.
I can't say that, but I can tell that you've got your game. You're like, oh, I'm nervous. Let's go.
At a family reunion where a bottle of tequila was consumed that was maybe $10.
Is that the family reunion one? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
No.
Were cows born?
No.
Go ahead.
Okay, Bob's, wait, hold on, stand by.
Oh, listen to those cool noises.
Say when.
When?
Ooh, side tech.
No, keep going. Come
Yeah.
on, food and drink, food and drink, food and drink, food
Say
and drink.
when.
When?
Sports and games. Okay.
Ruh-roh.
So what? Okay.
Remember I said cute tights.
Here we
I feel
go.
like we should do food because it's.
We kind of do.
Ready?
Go to food.
Oh, okay. Stand by. Okay, here we
Here we
go.
go.
So, okay, I'm gonna hit start. When you get it, you just stop. Because everyone pushes the wrong button. Just hit next.
The big
Okay.
button. Just hit the big button.
The big button. Ready?
Yes.
Here we go. Let's go, girl. Let's share a brain.
It's over.
What do I?
Okay,
do
this
I
is you. This is if there's gluten in this, you don't want to eat it. You make like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich out of and that's the first word. The second word is square, and you put stuff in it, and it's like a treasure blank, and you open it, and it's a really Georgia Beth, yeah, girl, you're a girl. You say it.
Treasure box.
That's yep. Bread box.
Okay, when a pig rolls around in the
Mud.
Okay, and then you eat an apple,
A day.
a chocolate. No, it's like circular, and you cut slices into it. An apple, pumpkin, chocolate. It's made out of bread on top, and there's like filling in the middle.
A pie.
Yep. So put those together.
Mud
He
pie.
said it. He said it. You can skip
You
it.
can
Skip
skip
it.
Hit the big button. Big button.
Yep. Come in the mic.
Okay, so you have this when you're having a gorgeous Italian dinner.
Wine,
And good
bread, olive oil, bread,
What kind of bread?
pancetta. No, that's like ham.
Yes!
Oh!
Dudes win!
No, that was one. We played
We
three.
won the
We
round.
played three.
We won the round.
We played three.
Alright, now you're up next, Bob.
Yeah,
Oh,
Bob,
okay.
so Bob starts. No,
First,
what was
since
it?
you start, hit the start
Wait,
button.
what was it?
Okay.
French bread.
Oh,
I know, but
we were close.
You said bread.
I did.
you did say bread.
But I didn't
that
get
counts.
the.
All you should have said is like this type of bread. Alright.
Okay, here we go.
Start button, here we
Start
go.
button, go. At the sushi restaurant, you eat this.
Raw fish.
And it's wrapped in, the fish is wrapped in.
And rice.
There we go.
No, that's
That's going $10.
Oh, okay. It's like a slang for hot dog. And mail it out of me. Sorry, Georgia. Beth.
Nope.
Small, teeny, rhymes with teeny.
Weenie.
Yep. And a pig. A way to cook it.
Tail. Pig. Roast.
There you
What?
go.
A weenie roast.
I just said put these in one of your drinks.
A cocktail.
No, put it in one. $15 drink. Remember I said put it in one and we all laughed like, oh.
Oh,
Yep.
That's not fair. Oh, well, if you can't go to the bathroom, you eat.
Uh-oh.
You eat? No, fiber.
Kind of.
Oh.
Big beans.
No.
Prunes.
Prunes.
No, you had 3 seconds for.
DJ air horns.
Okay,
So
so now you can
Gavel
process
and
all of it.
word
'Cause I would do
word
it.
puzzles.
Yeah.
tonight we got advice.
Yes.
We got the backstory. We got what's coming next. We got catchphrase 2-0 boys.
We got Georgia Beth.
We got Georgia Beth.
That's
Can
my
you please-
favorite part of the
Georgia
night.
Beth, can you please help us put a bow on this episode and give us advice? What advice do you have for 7-year-old second graders?
Wait, what do we always say in the morning? Yeah.
Just
Give me pancakes.
Well, no, what do we work on every day? What do we work on every day? What are our everyday rules?
Our rules.
Yeah.
What are your rules?
what do you go over every morning in the car?
Say yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir. Have fun, be a good leader, be a good listener. Practice filling a bucket every morning, and focus on being a hard worker.
We're ending on that. That is the perfect ending to everything in the world.
We
Thank
love
you,
all
Georgia
of
Beth.
the Peters. You guys are
Yes,
the best.
we do.
You're tearing up. I want to give you guys a big hug. Thank you guys for listening.
Thank you. This is
Episode
great.
Thank you guys
Thank
so
you.
much. We're
Thanks
so
for
honored to
having
be
us.
here.
It's awesome, and I'm looking forward to the date night.
Ditto. Oh,
That was great.
Oh,
seriously.
so
Georgia
good.
Beth, way to tie a
Georgia
bow on
Beth,
it. My
wow.
goodness.
And just like
Good
that,
job, Bo.
we're the worst parents ever.
Oh,
You are awesome.
I kind of want her to come to rub off on our kids, but I would not do that to her because I would be afraid that they would rub off on her
This is
too.
what Cal did. This is what my 7-year-old would do. He'd come over to you. Hi, what's your name? Bye.
Bye,
Bye, Facebook.
He would like headbutt you or something.